So one former disgraced Missouri governor has been just making waves on Twitter this morning.
America, no bagging limit, no tagging limit. What happened was joint custody agreement for 2 years now. Yeah, look, what's very clear what happened there is that George Soros came after me. We defeated Black Lives Matter and Antifa. Greitens, Navy SEAL. Now, it's been a long time for justice to come, but I think the lesson for all of us is that sometimes there is this big, nasty wave of lies, but eventually it does crash on the rock of the facts. And I am really happy that truth has prevailed.
Yeah, I'll bet. So that guy has been causing a panic and calling for and expoing hunting his fellow Republicans in Missouri and in D.C. With his new campaign ad that has, at the time of recording, at the time of filming, received nearly 3 million views. And has already been hit by Twitter with an abusive behavior violation, and yet the video is still up. So let's take a look here.
America, Greitens, Navy SEAL, and today we're going rhino hunting. The rhino feeds on corruption and is marked by the stripes of cowardice. Join the MAGA crew. Get a rhino hunting permit. There's no bagging limit, no tagging limit, and it doesn't expire until we save our country.
No tact, no shame either. No sensibility, no decency. I mean, that's what we've come to expect from Eric Greitens. His new campaign video can be summed up as thus: grown men LARPing in a new project build house. But hey, did you know that Eric Greitens was a Navy SEAL? I mean, well, what a complete chud. Even the conservatives who follow me cannot stand this guy. And so another topic that has been discussed a lot today, I mean a lot. So Krystal Ball, host of Breaking Points, Krystal, Kyle and Friends, was on Real Time with Bill Maher this last Friday, and she killed it. I mean, when I say she killed it, I mean, it was a conversational slaughter. I mean, she had help, though, in the form of the rest of the panel not knowing what the fuck they were talking about at all. So let's take a look at that.
The economy. There's way too much government spending, and that's why we have inflation. So that's a large part of that.
Wait for it.
It's just basic economics. And
that is not basic economics. We had this thing called a pandemic. We had a supply chain crisis, and by the way, there's a war in Ukraine.
It played a role. It's played a role.
So to act like the only reason we have problems now is because people got a little bit of money in their bank account is just not honest.
And a little bit of money, they got
a little bit of money. Literally a little bit of money. Let me pull this up here. What are we looking at? Out of the massive stimulus packages, right? That Bill's about to talk about, $794 billion. $794 billion with a B was spent on unemployment benefits from March 20th, from March 2020 through July 2021. So from the beginning of the pandemic and the extended benefits until July 2021. So a month. Well, actually, that was right then, because most states were cutting it off at the beginning of August. And in states like good old Missouri, governors like Mikey P., who was the first one to cut off unemployment benefits, did so at the end of May in 2021. So basically stealing that money for the state. I'm sure that's what they used to pay for Johnny Morris's tax breaks this year, but or tax rebates. But yeah, so $794 billion is all the federal government spent on unemployment benefits. And that was the larger portion. Keep in mind, those stimulus packages, 2 from Trump, one from Biden. The 2 from Trump equated to what? Right at $1,000, and then the one from Biden brought it in. What was it? 14? No, it was 1,400, right? Because they gave him $1,000 to start, and then it was 600 for the second one, and then Biden's extra 400, which brought it up. You know, either way, Google the shit. It's been a while, okay? But for the amount of money that they had spent, the larger portion of that was UI benefits, which equated to $794 billion with a B. But let's continue with this.
Got more than we spent in World War II. So you don't
True.
act like
hold
the
on, hold on.
But-
Hold on.
Don't act
But what did we spend it on? Hang on.
like you said. Don't act. Don't act like we had to react to the pandemic exactly the way we did. We had to spend $6
Okay,
trillion.
but
We
how
didn't.
about
794 billion with a B out of 6 trillion, you said? Where'd the rest of that money go? Well, Crystal Ball is about to drop the ball
on the forever
trillion
flu?
on Bill Maher's face.
that the Federal Reserve shot at Wall Street? For some reason, people don't get upset about that.
How much?
And
What'd you
that
say?
fueled the trillions of dollars the Federal Reserve shot at Wall Street to backstop the stock market and the bond market. No one gets upset about that, even though that was a massive
I don't know what
factor in
you're talking
inflation.
about. What do you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about. He says, okay, so literally, anybody can do this. Again, some of the folks who've been following me for a while, some of the folks who've been following me for a while don't even know. This was not originally a progressive news, talk, whatever I said earlier, right? This actually started out as like a finance channel. We used to talk about stocks and crypto and whatnot. And then the fit started hitting the shan, and it spiraled out of control. And then the next thing you know, we got cronies in Missouri who were pushing me. Like, I originally wanted to just talk about stocks and crypto and phone farming and couponing for people on a budget, for moms and pops and family folks who, the original goal of this channel that you are watching right now was a finance channel, talking about how working class poor folks can make a little extra change on the side, or how to invest their money and make a little extra during the pandemic. So yeah, listen to me when I say anyone can go to this website. This is the Federal Reserve Economic Data. You can go to your fred.stlouisfed.org, and you can take a look yourself at what they've been spending on what the MOUR was, the Missouri unemployment rate. Get out your calculators. All this information is very much public, but just so we're not completely confused about some of the stock buybacks and whatnot, well, we can just go ahead and take a look at this New York Times article right yonder. The Fed goes all in with unlimited bond buying plan, and this goes back to, March 23rd, 2020? Right. Federal Reserve, determined to try to keep the spread of the coronavirus from devastating American economy, rolled out a series of sweeping new programs on Monday, March 23rd, 2020, to shore up large and small businesses and keep markets functioning. Markets functioning. As mortgage markets showed signs of crumbling, companies struggled to sell debts, and stresses plagued the entire financial system. Well, what's he talking about? I don't know. Could be this. Could be this. Could be this right here. The what's this at? This is from March 21st. Buy the dip, and then we reached our bottom here. What is that on March 23rd? Right. So while I was watching this episode of Real Time, the whole time I was screaming when Bill Maher saying, "Oh, when did the stock market crash? I don't know. Did that happen? Is that a real thing that happened?" Like, the whole time I'm screaming March 2020, bro, because I was there. Okay, because I started buying right around here. I'm just saying, get it while it's good. Buy the dip. Okay. Whenever I launched this part of this channel, it was quite literally, after being on Meet Kevin's show. He's another finance guy. If you don't know about him, check him out. He was running for the governor of California back in the day, and that's I stole his blue lights and all that mythological shit, right? But so believe me, this is very much a thing. Just because folks weren't paying attention, I don't get why. But apparently they missed the buck there. But and that's not just the NASDAQ. I mean, go back and look at Tesla. Go back and look at tech. That was when everybody was just dumping money into tech, and it just shot to the freaking moon because everybody was selling from like normal companies that we all had subsisted on for the last, forever. Basically since the Great Depression. Normal people go outside and do things, and they go places, and they, whatever. They buy things and they have things and services. All those companies went to the shitter. Tech also flushed itself, but then everybody threw money into tech because we didn't know that we were just going to be locked indoors or for how long or whatever. And so even after, you know, they let us go, which was like literally a month, you bunch of crybabies. It was literally a month, you bunch of crybabies. I don't think it was a month. Honestly, you know, being self-employed at the time, my ass took off. I was gone every week, you know, because I was still buying, you know, items and whatnot. Because again, I was running a coupon, you know, channel. It's talking about those kind of things. You gotta show where you're at. So it's unbelievable to me that anybody had no idea that all of this was going on. But yeah, and we still have not reached the lows. Even with the market in its downward spiral now, we've still not reached the lows of March 2020. So, you know, you literally could have bought on the highest day, you know, basically thrown a dart. I mean, after that quick crash there for that month, I mean, you literally could have thrown a dart at a wall anywhere in tech and made money at any time. And lots of folks did. It was great. It was wonderful. But as it stands, you literally could have bought anything at its highest point, and even today, you would most likely still be fine. You know, we're getting there. Things ain't looking so good. It's definitely over a longer period of time, but it's not that sharp downturn. Which, how do you miss that? My God, all these folks must have been. And to be completely fair, this is at a time when Bill Maher himself, you know, was isolated and whatnot. He stopped doing a show. He started doing it from home. So, like, you know, the guy's not getting out of much. I get it. But Jesus Christ, read a fucking blog. Ugh.
Shot at Wall Street.
Well,
when are we talking about?
We're talking about buying assets, buying stocks, buying bonds, buying treasury bills so that they expand the
How did you miss that?
balance sheet. This is during the crisis, the coronavirus crisis. When the stock market crashed, that
March
is what the
2020.
Fed did. They went into action. They shot
But the
trillions
stock market
of dollars.
didn't crash during COVID.
Now it's
It
crashing.
did
It's crashing now.
It crashed, and the Fed came in and backstopped it. That's what happened.
What, it crashed
So
and we
that's
never
what I'm
heard about
saying.
it?
No, it crashed.
You're the only two people on the fucking planet who never heard about it. Stop it.
Go back and look at it.
I think-
it fell off a cliff.
When?
The Treasury bond market stopped functioning, and the Fed took extraordinary action it's never taken in history.
I don't
Somehow
remember
no one
that.
gets
Maybe the
upset.
first week of the pandemic.
Somehow nobody gets upset about the rich people who got tons of money and tons of support,
Oh, yeah.
way more than working class people did.
Sure
but
they
oh
do.
my God, people were able to feed their kids and they had a little bit of money in their bank accounts. It was the worst thing in the world.
No.
That is one small part of the inflation story, and it is, by the way, not the only thing that we can deal with to get out of this mess.
Well, oh.
Yeah, everybody sampled his video. It's fine. But so, and just in case you're wondering, you know, that little bit of money, as she said, that everybody got. I mean, let me zoom this back in on Weeble here real quick, and we'll show you this. All right, so this is the same chart I was showing you for the Nasdaq back in March, right, 2020. Now we can see that there was some obvious growth and a little bit of a dip there. What was that? August or September 2020. We rebound, and God, we're still going, still cranking it out, still cranking out the hits, all the way up until right here, which is about when your boy Chainsaw stopped talking about finances there, right around November-ish, December-ish, actually right about there, just before Christmas. It was when your boy Chainsaw really stopped messing with a lot of that stuff. And you know, we can see this downward slide throughout the course of the year. But here's the thing, that's over a significantly larger period of time, and we are still not quite at those levels. Where are we at there? 10.5, 6.5. And back here in 2020, we were at 6,000 for the NASDAQ. IXIC, right? So still, we are at almost twice what the NASDAQ was at the bottom of the 2020 crash. So literally, you could have thrown a dart at a wall, and still, if you'd have held on to it for this time, you would have made money. But you know, so we're we're not quite there yet. But I mean, how do you miss that? How do you just miss that entirely? And again, that is just the NASDAQ. I mean, I don't know. Let's take a look at some things. Let's see, Tesla, everybody's favorite. This is where a lot of folks were at the crash, and you'll see what I mean. As far as the crash itself, right? So we're here at March when the crash happened, right? And then what everybody do? Hell, I even still got the line there at what is that? Right at 800, a little over 800 for buying the dip. Whoop! Tesla peaks at 1200. I mean, you can see that all across tech. I mean, my God, not Pfizer, not Moderna. Lemonade Insurance Company, right around the same time. Well, Lemonade was a newer company at that time, but still, I mean, part of the tech wave. I mean, look at that. By January 2021, I mean, it was just insane. You got to feel bad for them suckers who were jumping on that. Here we go. Let's take a look at Vanguard. April, boom. Boom. QQQ Invesco. Boom. All right. So what do you mean you didn't know? Matterport. Yeah, no. That was a newer one too. That was a good one. There for a hot minute. I caught it somewhere around here-ish, and then got out somewhere around here-ish. I mean, some of those folks ride the snake all good. I like to play it safe. I'm not that guy. Monster energy drinks. Let's see. I'm pretty sure this had a huge time in the summer. Yeah. Boom. March. What do you call that? What do you call that? I mean, Comcast. What do you call that? You tell me. I mean, you're looking at it right here, folks. P&G. When you can't buy toilet paper no more. What the fuck do you call that? Toilet paper apocalypse. And all of a sudden, everybody's buying toilet paper. You know, to wipe our asses and things. Anyway, that's starting to get back into my roots. But it's insane. Again, you can go to the Federal Reserve, economic data website, fred.stlouisfed.org. Take a look at it. New York Times got articles about this going all the way back. Hit me, Kevin, up, because that's literally... where he made, his YouTube channel prosper is talking about that stuff throughout the entire course of the pandemic. I mean, it's crazy, but, yeah, that's, how do you not know? How do you miss that? That's grossly negligent, and that's not saying much. Listen, just like everybody else who's been talking about Bill Maher lately, used to be a huge fan of his show. It's gotten a little bit weird lately. I'm not too mad about that because some folks think that I'm getting a little bit weird lately, but you know what? Tony Michael says a lot of fun things, but he says one thing in particular, and that's kind of my new mantra in life. But listen, maybe this is a great opportunity for somebody like Bill Maher to really get his shit together moving forward, and I hope so. I truly hope so. I hope that one day, we can all tune into a show and he'll just be like, hey, look, I logged on to the interwebs and found out that I was disgustingly wrong about a lot of things, and it's cool now. And then everybody on the left can go happily ever after and all that jazz. But listen, that's all I got for you. That's going to do it for today's show. I want to thank you so much for joining. If you're watching this on YouTube, which you probably are, thanks. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, because look, if all the people who follow me on Twitter and all the people who follow me on Facebook, were subscribing to my channel, my God, we could be doing some big things. And here's the thing for the Twitter followers. Look, I see you guys liking and commenting on my stuff. Look, if you like this shit in text, you're gonna love it when I'm screaming at the top of my fucking lungs, right? So definitely want to tap that subscribe button, smash the shit out of it, hit the notifications, because I've noticed that even some of the bigger channels that I watch, independent media, of course, sometimes I don't get the notifications. I gotta go seek this shit out like butter. But, on a butter craze. So definitely hit me up there. Twitter at ChainsawCCC, and we'll catch you on the flippity fling flong. Rock and roll, y'all.